A boy stands in a courtroom. His name is Zane. He is small and thin for his age. His face looks serious and old, not like a child's face. The judge asks him a question. Why are you here? Why do you want to sue your parents? Zane looks at his parents sitting not far away. Then he looks at the judge and gives his answer. His voice is clear and strong. I want to sue my parents, because they gave birth to me. The people in the courtroom are very quiet. They are surprised by his words. This is the story of why a 12-year-old boy says such a thing. Zane lives in Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon. His family is extremely poor. They live in a tiny, dirty apartment in a crowded slum. The apartment is always messy. There is not enough water or electricity. Zane has many brothers and sisters. It is hard to count how many. The children sleep on the floor together. They are always hungry. Zane's parents do not have proper jobs. His father sometimes finds small work, but he often sits at home and smokes. He gets angry very easily. Zane's mother is always tired and worried. She shouts at the children a lot. The parents fight with each other often. They say bad words and sometimes hit each other. The children see and hear everything. There is no love or kindness in this home. Zane does not go to school. None of the children in his family go to school. Instead, Zane works every day. He works for a local shop owner named Assad. Assad is also their landlord. Zane delivers goods for him. He carries heavy bottles of gas and big bags of groceries. He also sells juice on the streets. He mixes the juice powder with water and ice, and walks around shouting to sell it. He gives all the money he earns to his parents. His parents use the money to buy food and cigarettes. They never save money for the children's future. The family has a big problem. They are undocumented. They do not have identity papers. This means they are not legal citizens of Lebanon. They came from another country a long time ago, but they never got official papers. Because of this, they cannot get legal jobs. They cannot get help from the government. They live in constant fear of the police. If the police find them, they might be arrested or sent away. Zane's parents cannot get a birth certificate for any of their children. So, in the eyes of the law, Zane and his siblings do not exist. Zane feels like he is not a child. He feels like a small adult. He has to be responsible for many things. He especially feels responsible for his younger siblings. He has a sister named Sahar. She is 11 years old. Just 1 year younger than Zane. Zane loves Sahar very much. He tries to protect her. He shares his food with her. He tries to make her laugh when she is sad. One day, Zane notices something is wrong with Sahar. She seems scared and tries to hide something. Zane discovers that Sahar has started her period. There is blood on her clothes. Zane understands what this means. In their community, when a girl starts her period, people think she is now a woman. She can be married. Zane knows this is very dangerous for Sahar. He decides to help her keep it a secret. He goes to a shop and steals a pack of sanitary pads. He gives them to Sahar. He teaches her how to use them. He tells her to wash her clothes secretly, and to hide the used pads in a plastic bag. He warns her not to tell their mother. For a while, the secret is safe. Zane feels proud that he is protecting his sister. But one day, their mother finds blood on Sahar's clothes. She is not sad or caring. Instead, she seems to have an idea. She talks to Zayn's father about it. Later, Zayn hears his parents talking with their landlord, Asad. Asad is a grown man, much older than Sahar. He wants to marry Sahar. Zayn's parents agree to this marriage. Asad will give them some chickens and a small amount of money. For Zayn's parents, this is a way to have one less mouth to feed and get some money. Zayn is furious. He tells his parents this is wrong. He shouts at them. He says Asad is a bad man. But his parents do not listen. His father hits him and tells him to be quiet. His mother says this is normal. And Sahar will have a better life with a husband. Zayn knows this is a lie. He tries to help Sahar run away. He packs some clothes and food for her. He tells her to go to a bus station. But before they can leave, their parents catch them. They lock Sahar in a room. The next day, Asad comes with the chickens. Sahar is dressed in a simple white dress. She does not look happy. She looks terrified. Zayn tries to fight. He tries to stop Asad from taking his sister. But he is just a boy. The adults push him away. He sees his sister being taken away in Asad's car. Zayn feels a deep pain in his heart. He feels he has failed to protect Sahar. He also feels a strong hatred for his parents. After Sahar leaves, home feels even worse. Zayn cannot stand being there. He cannot look at his parents. One morning, after a big fight with his mother, Zayn decides to leave. He runs away from home. He does not know where to go. He just starts walking. Zayn walks for a long time. He reaches a part of the city he does not know. It is near the sea. He finds a run-down amusement park. The park is old and not many people visit it. At night, Zayn finds a ride that looks like a spaceship. He climbs inside and sleeps there. It is cold, but it is better than his home. During the day, he looks for food. He drinks water from a bathroom tap. He looks for leftover food in garbage cans. He is always hungry. At the amusement park, he sees a woman. She is cleaning the public bathrooms. Her name is Rahil. She is from Ethiopia. She is also an undocumented worker. She is kind to Zayn. She sees him looking hungry and gives him some food. Rahil has a secret. She lives in a small, hidden shack near the park, and she has a baby son named Jonas. Rahil is hiding Jonas because she does not have papers for him. If the police find the baby, they will take him away. Rahil feels sorry for Zayn. She lets him stay in her shack. The shack is very small, but it is clean and safe. Rahil has a problem. She needs to work long hours to earn money, but she has no one to look after Jonas. She cannot take the baby to work with her. She asks Zayn for help. She asks him to babysit Jonas while she is away. In return, she will give him food and a place to sleep. Zayn agrees. He starts taking care of baby Jonas. He feeds him milk. He plays with him. He sings to him. He changes his diaper. For the first time in his life, Zayn feels needed in a good way. He feels responsible for someone smaller and weaker. He grows to love the little baby. This period is perhaps the happiest time in Zayn's life. He almost feels like he has a family with Rahil and Jonas. But Rahil's life is very hard. She is trying to buy fake identity papers. A man named Aspro sells these papers to undocumented people. He charges a very high price. Rahil is saving every penny to pay him. She works day and night. She is always tired and afraid. One day, Rahil goes to work and does not come back. Zayn waits all night. He is worried. The next day, he goes out to look for her. He asks people at the amusement park. Someone tells him that the police came and arrested some undocumented workers. Rahil was probably among them. Now Zayn is in a terrible situation. He is alone with a baby. He has no money. The food in the shack will soon run out. He cannot pay the rent for the shack. He knows he and Jonas will have to leave. Zayn is determined to take care of Jonas. He cannot leave him. He uses his cleverness. He finds a large kitchen pot. He makes holes in it. He uses a rope to tie the pot to his back. He puts Jonas inside the pot. This way, he can carry the baby and still have his hands free. He leaves the shack with Jonas on his back. Life on the streets with a baby is very, very difficult. Jonas needs milk. Zayn has no money to buy milk. He begs at restaurants. He mixes water with a little sugar and feeds it to Jonas. But the baby cries from hunger. Zayn is desperate. He steals a bottle of milk from a supermarket. He also steals baby formula. He meets another boy on the streets. This boy is from Syria. He is a refugee. He lives in a makeshift tent with other refugees. The Syrian boy is kind. He sometimes shares his food with Zayn. He gives Zayn some old clothes for the baby. But he cannot help much because he is also poor. Zayn tries to find Rahil. He hears that arrested migrants are taken to a detention center. He goes there. The place is surrounded by high walls and fences. It looks like a prison. Zayn tries to talk to a guard. He asks about Rahil. The guard yells at him and tells him to go away. Zayn feels hopeless. He remembers the name Aspro, the man who sells fake papers. Maybe Aspro knows where Rahil is. Maybe he has Rahil's money. Zayn finds Aspro's apartment. It is a dirty, crowded place full of poor people. Aspro is a fat, cruel man. He laughs at Zayn. He tells Zayn that Rahil is in prison and will be sent back to Ethiopia. He also says he will not give Zayn any money. Zayn realizes Aspro has stolen all of Rahil's savings. Winter comes. The weather becomes cold and rainy. Zayn and Jonas are suffering. They are always wet and cold. Jonas gets sick. He has a fever and coughs. Zayn does not know what to do. He has no medicine. He feels his strength leaving him. He knows he cannot continue like this. He must make a painful decision for Jonas's survival. He sees a man who seems to be a smuggler. The man promises to take people to Europe for a better life. Zayn talks to the man. He asks if the man can take Jonas to a safe place, to a family who can care for him. The man says yes, but he wants a lot of money. Zayn says he has no money now but can pay later. The agreement is unclear and dangerous. The man gives Zayn some papers to sign. Zayn is about to agree. He looks at Jonas, who is sleeping in his arms. He thinks Jonas deserves a real home, a warm bed, and enough food. But at the last moment, Zayn cannot do it. He cannot give Jonas to a stranger. He takes the baby and runs away. Zayn thinks about his own home. He remembers his parents kept some important papers in a hidden place. Maybe he can find his own birth certificate or any paper with his name. If he has a paper, maybe he can find a way to leave the country with Jonas. He goes back to his old apartment. His parents are shocked to see him. They see he has a baby with him. They ask many questions, but Zane does not answer. The apartment is the same, dirty, noisy, and full of unhappy children. His mother is pregnant again. Zane goes straight to the hiding place and looks for papers. He finds nothing with his name. He asks his mother for his identity papers. His mother looks tired and sad. She tells him the truth. You have no papers, Zane. You have no birth certificate. You don't exist. She says this as if it is a normal thing. Then Zane asks about Sahar. Where is Sahar? His mother's face changes. She starts to cry. She tells Zane that Sahar died. She died 3 months after her marriage. She was pregnant, and her young body could not handle it. She bled to death. This news is like a knife in Zane's heart. All his anger, sadness, and pain explode. He thinks of Sahar's scared face. He thinks of his own helplessness. He blames his parents for everything. If they did not force Sahar to marry, she would still be alive. A deep rage fills him. He sees a knife on the table. He grabs it and runs out of the apartment. He goes to Assad's shop. He finds Assad outside. Without saying a word, Zane runs towards him and stabs him in the shoulder. Assad screams and falls down. People gather and shout. Someone calls the police. The police come and arrest Zane. They take him to a detention center for young offenders. And so, Zane finds himself in the courtroom. He is charged with attacking Assad with a knife. The judge wants to understand why a young boy would do such a thing. Zane tells his story. He talks about his work since he was a child. He talks about his sister Sahar, her forced marriage, and her death. He talks about taking care of baby Jonas. He talks about having no identity, no future. Then, he says he wants to sue his parents. The judge is surprised. The judge asks, "Why do you want to sue your parents?" Zane looks directly at the judge. He says, "Because they gave birth to me." He explains that his parents brought children into a world of only suffering. They cannot feed them, protect them, love them, or educate them. They bring children into a life like animals. He says he does not want another child to suffer like him or die like Sahar. He says the only thing he wants from his parents is for them to stop having children. The judge listens quietly. Zane's words are simple but very powerful. They are the words of a child who has seen too much pain. The court decides to help Zane with his case against his parents. A lawyer is given to him. News reporters write about the boy who is suing his parents for being born. People start to talk about the problems of poverty, child rights, and undocumented families. While waiting in the detention center, Zane is taken for a medical checkup. The doctors take his picture and measure his bones. They say he is about 12 years old. They give him an estimated birthday. Zane's mother comes to visit him in the detention center. She cries and tells him she is sorry. She says she is pregnant again. She says if the baby is a girl, she will name her Sahar. She says this name is a memory of hope. But Zane does not feel any comfort. He feels these words are empty. He tells his mother that her words are like a knife in his heart. He turns and walks away from her. He is done with her. Finally, the day of the main hearing arrives. Zayn, his parents, and their lawyers are in the courtroom. The judge speaks. The court finds Zayn's parents guilty of neglect and failure to provide a safe home for their children. The court orders that they should not have more children until they can provide proper care. Most importantly for Zayn, the judge orders the government to give Zayn an official identity document, a passport. This is a huge thing for Zayn. For the first time, he will legally exist. He will have a paper that says he is a person. This paper might give him a chance for a future. After the court decision, a social worker takes Zayn to get his passport photo taken. This is a very important moment. In the photo studio, Zayn stands in front of a white background. His face is serious, as it always is. The photographer tries to make him smile. Come on, smile. This is for your passport, not for a death certificate, the photographer says. Zayn thinks about his life. He thinks about Sahar. He thinks about Jonas. He thinks about the long, hard struggle. Then, he thinks about the passport, the paper that means he exists. Slowly, very slowly, a small, gentle smile appears on his lips. It is not a big, happy smile. It is a smile of tired hope. It is the first step. It is the promise of a new beginning, a chance to have a life where he is not just a burden, but a person with a name and a right to exist. The movie ends with a message. It tells us that Zayn is played by a real-life Syrian refugee boy who had a similar life. After the movie, with help, he and his family moved to a new country and started a new life. The message also says that many children around the world still live in conditions like Zayn's, without papers, without protection, and without hope. Zayn's story is just one of many.